But there's no point in balancing it out with dirty water. The Grand Canal is so polluted that the northern city of Tianjin, with low reserves and 10 million people, is reluctant to accept water from it. And what effect will the south-north diversion itself have on China's environment?
We'll assess the ecological impact during the process of project implementation. That's precisely why we've divided the project into several stages. According to our current assessment, the south-north water diversion will not have much effect on China's ecology.
But all that water going north has to come from somewhere. And the less water there is in a river, the higher the proportion of pollution.
We've been forced into the south-north diversion because of China's particular situation. Of course, a lot of experts are against it. The most crucial thing is to guarantee the quality of water. If it's dirty water being diverted over thousands of miles, then the losses will outweigh the gains.
The Han River flows into the Yangtze at Wuhan. This booming city has realized that water pollution now threatens its very character. But for once, rivers aren't the problem. A suction pipe blows a geyser of black mud into the sky. Dead fish bob at the edge of water, too dangerous to paddle in. A drain has backed up, sending raw sewage into another of the city's ornamental lakes. Wuhan was once famed for its 100 beautiful lakes, but as the city's grown, it's used them as dumps for industrial waste and raw sewage. Now the people who go boating on Lotus Lake take not picnics, but funnels, filters, sample bottles. Professor Wu Jianbin is an expert on water and the environment. He's running an experimental project over 3 years to try and clean up just 6 of Wuhan's lakes.
They're collecting samples to analyze the water quality and its biological composition. We collect samples 4 times a week. The water may look all right, but its quality is actually very poor. If you touch it, it's bad for you. And just standing near it, you can tell it stinks. So it's no good for people's health. 30 years ago, people used to be able to swim in the water. Not anymore. But we really want to use the lakes.
The cleanup has already begun, using natural methods. Water is pumped up from the lake and passed through rows of plants which absorb and break down pollutants. It then seeps through a bed of earth which acts as a second filter.
Having gone through 2 levels of treatment in this experimental system, the water comes out over there, having been nicely purified. That's how the water in this small lake is being improved.
Professor Wu plans to reopen connections between the lakes and flush them through with water drawn from the Han River via this new channel. Cities around China are watching to see if his solutions will work for them.
It looks like what we're doing is changing things. Actually, what we're doing is recovering things. We're trying our best to get everything back to its original state. Our work benefits the environment as well as the quality of people's lives. That's how I see it. We don't think we're changing nature. We're trying to get back closer to nature, to how things used to be.
Some of the rarest mammals on the planet live in the Wuhan area. Here, too, scientists are working to recover a desperate situation.
The porpoises living in the Yangtze River are the only freshwater porpoise in the world. You can't find them anywhere else. And they're different from the ones living in the sea. That's why they're unique. They're very special.
The porpoises are rarer than pandas. And the pandas' environment can be protected, whereas the porpoises have to take their chances in the busy waters of the Yangtze. Pollution is only part of their problem. The south-north water diversion will reduce levels in the Yangtze, increasing underwater noise from ships' engines and propellers.
The porpoises use the sonar system of echolocation to survive and communicate. But the noises greatly disrupt their sonar system. Sometimes, especially during the low water season along the narrow channels, we find them killed by propellers.
This female porpoise is pregnant. Professor Wang will release her and her young with the others into a protected backwater of the Yangtze.
China is the most populous country in the world. Given this, competition for resources is inevitable between man and animals, as well as other living beings. Humans are always on top, but as they develop, they mustn't damage the environment too much. Because in the end, humanity as a whole will have to face the consequences.
According to official Chinese figures, 116 million people in China's cities breathe air considered very dangerous to health. $400,000 of them die prematurely from air pollution every year, mostly from lung and heart-related diseases. Environmental activist Dai Qing puts herself into the mind of a corrupt official who protects polluters rather than their victims.
Whatever I can grab, I grab. Hang the rest. Whether others live or die, the environment, air quality, I don't care. If there's money, I'll take it. And then